talking about the Mage build, and specifically the Frost build. Alright, the Frost build is one of my most favorite. It's not the strongest, and that's not why I'm playing it here. Alright, so I specifically like Frost. So Frost is what I'm using. Fire is stronger. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. I understand that something is stronger than what I'm using. I did buy her skin, because she was my favorite, and then after that I did go to the shop and I did buy 5 hero spirits to upgrade my hero's avatar to 5 stars, which gives me 2 extra frost points and 10% over here on the frost skill damage, and along with some other extra perks there. But we want to get it out of the way. I understand that something is better than nothing, but I enjoy Frost, and that's what I'm going to play with. So now that we got that out of the way, here are the skill formula. How we typically do is this is the cooldowns. We have our cooldown for the Frost armor. You want the Blizzard to go first because it does the most damage in the large radius. Ice Berry does take a long cooldown time, as you see the 60-second cooldown time. Frost Nova with the 12, and we do have 10, 5, 6. This is not actually part of the formula that will be getting thrown out. This is a filler until we get Frost Fire, which will go up here. So this would be thrown out. The Frost Fire Bolt will be thrown out, and everything will shuffle downward to fit the Frost Fire Rush with the 180-second cooldown time. It's sitting right here. So that's how we're going to do this. So everything will rotate downward, and we do have our Flame Strike, because it is a 6-second strike, and it also does some good damage. We have our Ice Lance that does absorb a lot of your mana at a 1-second cooldown time. So this is basically your fastest formula of doing the most effective damage. Now a lot of times your first row is, how do I get 5 points in here, or 6, without really damaging what I'm going for. But since I had 2 extra points, this is what I went with. We went with Biting Cold with a crit chance. We also have Blizzard Hit 3. I went with the cooldown time at 1 second here to fit in my formula a little bit better. Frost Armor, of course, 30%. We do have our Enhanced Barrier, which is very good for Frost Nova. It's minus 4 seconds. We also have Spell Game too, with Shatter. Shatter is very, very, very effective. And of course, you can't have this upgraded. This is Arcane and Effect by 20%. We didn't go this route. The Barrier, of course, Ice Barrier minus 20 seconds, Ice Lance. And we also have Frost Fingers with only 1 because it's not a major spell we'll be using. But we also need to use it to go downward in our direction. We did get Enhanced Blizzard, Frost Wind, and we also will have Blizzard at negative 20% plus 20% damage. Cast time, very important to get down. And we also will go Snowstorm, very good. We'll be going down with Arctic here, and as you can see, Flash Freezing, we're going to definitely want to grab that. And you will be maxing out Frozen Lands as well. And eventually over time, Frozen Heart will also get maxed out. But this is your ice build, very nice. I do have a dungeon build. There's a dungeon build as well. Dungeon build sitting right here, 2 open slots as you see it. As I progress with my levels, we'll be entering more into the slots here. So we'll go ahead and go out of this area so we can kind of take a look. And this is one of the best spots for farming as well. 3 sets of mobs, or no, it's 2 sets of mobs here. I think it's 3. Yeah, I believe it's 3 sets of mobs right here. Fast experience, best spot to level. If you can't level here, this right here is a very good place to go ahead and farm. Right up here is a very good, lucrative place for getting some experience points. Alright, so we're going to switch over to our dungeon build. Alright, so here's a good dungeon build currently. That's how I have it set up as far as cooldown time, your armor, your arcane, and your blizzard, frost. your Frostbolt and Ice Lance and Frost Nova. So we're going to go ahead and go over to our, oops, my bad, talents. So we are going down the more DPS route. As you can see, we kind of did not go with the Ice Barrier. We did not go with the Critical Chance just yet. We will be doing that later, or the Frost Armor, since we're not focusing on that route. Protection is not what we're going for, but we are definitely going for maximum DPS. So we're going to, there we go. Alright, so we're getting close to where I want to be. So this is what your tree will look like for DPS in your dungeon. Of course, you will add to these skills here as you progress with your skill time. Now, it doesn't matter. You know, some people think having all of this maxed out is what you want, but not necessarily. Sometimes you only have your cooldown times trigger in a certain way to have a maximum effect of your cold damage. This is a 1 second cooldown time. However, your Frost Nova is a 480 second cooldown time. It resets everything. It resets your Frostfire Rush and your Sunburn, which is very good, but at 480 second. So you can imagine that it's going to be down here towards the bottom, where it won't receive a lot of action because of how long it takes to reset. So you have to use that in consideration. So this opens up at level 40. I am not currently level 40 yet. I'm hoping to be there sometime soon, but not currently. So that's how I like to build my Blizzard build. Now we're going to go over to our Discord, and we're going to take a look at a fire build that I have set up. So one moment. Alright, this is the fire build here. The fire build is very, very crafty. It has maximum output and damage here. This is what we currently say one of the best builds to have as far as DPS goes. Alright, so this is what we currently got going on here. This is the lineup that you're going to want here. You're going to want your Arcane, the Shield, your Armor, and then we have your Pyro, and then we have your Arcane, and then we get more Fireballs in that particular order. So this is the order that you want to go for with fire. This is your fire build, and this is the lineup that you're wanting to use. Let me get you to your stats real quick. Alright, again, this is for your dungeon build. So this is the skill trees that you want to go down and follow for your most effective and most DPS for your fire build, for your dungeon. This is not an AFK mode, so you will not do very well with monsters in this particular mode. So here's what we got going on here for the first set of 33 points. And then towards the end here, I think it's very self-explanatory that you're going to want everything down there and to continue forward. So here are the three options. I really can't go in depth detail because I don't prefer fire, so I haven't done a lot of research, but here's the research that already has been done on our Discord. So this is the build that you want to go for, and that's great. So here's the fire build. Fire build is again stronger than ice build. Now, if you're looking for a AFK build, this is how you're going to go ahead and take care of the AFK away from keyboard. Fastest way to kill monsters. It's not entirely different from what we have going on from your DPS build, but this is what the lineup will look like. Take a screenshot, copy and paste. This is what you're going to be aiming for. Alright, so here is the skill tree for your AFK mode. Just take a quick screenshot. You can kind of go through that. I'll go through it in the game, kind of explain the reasonings. But this is your AFK mode with your fire build, which looks very good. But again, I just enjoy Frost. I enjoy the Blizzard. I just like it more than fire. It's just a preference choice at this point. Let me get back to the game. Alright. Back in the game here with all of these notifications. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so nope. It won't let me see it. That's fantastic. 1 second. Alright, let's see if I got... Sure, let's go this route. Alright, so the fire build. This is what they have pre-set up. Obviously, this is not what we would go for, but this is just giving you an idea what it looks like. I personally don't care for it much. Again, frosty build. Switch ice for me. Alright. Anyway, thanks for watching my video on how to build up your mage. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, there is a lot of information on Discord, and I'll continue to make more build videos on this matter for your rogues, tanks, and polys. And the Hunter's not out yet, nor is the Paladin, but I do look forward to seeing them released, as I was a beta player with them.